Today is the year 2017. Welcome, guys, to a fun episode today. We are, as you can tell by the title, swapping the careers of Patrick Mahomes and Mitch Trubisky, right? So, would Patrick Mahomes become one of the greatest quarterbacks of all time, no matter what team he was on, even the worst possible team? Or will he flame out and will Mitch Trubisky just replace Patrick Mahomes and be that guy with Andy Reid? Was it Andy Reid? Was it Mahomes? We'll find out in this video. So, we've downloaded the 2000 and technically 2018 roster is what it's titled at, but it is for the 2017-2018 season. As you can tell at quarterback here, and we go by age, you can see that Patrick Mahomes is a rookie. So is Jared Goff is in year 2. He was drafted in 2016. Paxton Lynch drafted in 2016. I'm trying to find did I pass? Oh, there's Trubisky. He's a rookie and playing for the Chiefs. If you guys are wondering how I was able to download this roster, just go into Madden Download Center, go to the roster tab, and search 2018. There's just a whole community of making these awesome rosters, and if you are curious and want more information about what this community is doing and what type of rosters are being built, what type of draft classes are being built currently, there is a link to the Discord in the description down below. Join that Discord and you'll find all of the updates on different draft classes, on different rosters. I think the next roster coming out might be the 2003 season, which is awesome. I'm really excited for that one. Have some video ideas for those rosters and whatnot, but we are still waiting on draft classes as well. So it's great to have these rosters, but it doesn't really. You need the draft classes, right, to kind of complete it and make content out of it. So I'm going slowly. These videos aren't going to come out all the time, but I'm just trying to wait and trying to hopefully the draft classes can come out relatively soon. Speaking of draft classes, for this roster, the 2017-2018 roster, draft classes are pretty much, I don't want to say they're done, but I think they're close to being done. So you got 2018 draft class, which is Josh Allen. You got 2019, 2020, 21, 22, and 23. I believe they're all, technically they have a WIP next to all of them, I'm pretty sure, but I think they're all pretty much done from what I saw in the Discord. Again, that's how I'm getting my information. So if you guys want more information on these rosters and how to get them and where the community is at as far as building them, check out that Discord. It's been awesome. And shout out to the guys running that Discord. They're awesome over there, and yeah, they're doing a great job. So shout out to you guys. I'm loving this. Keep it coming, because I mean, making this type of Madden content is so much fun. I do this on NBA 2K. It's naturally built into 2K, but you still need some community to build it, whereas Madden, the community is building everything. And so shout out to you guys for doing all this. It's a ton of work, and yeah, it's super cool. So shout out to you guys. Let's go over this Bears roster. It's not good, and is that part of the reason why Trubisky just never developed? Maybe. Was he always just going to be average to below average? Maybe, right? Was Patrick Mahomes always going to be the superstar quarterback? Maybe. That's what we're here to find out. So, taking a look at this offensive line, again, it's not a great offensive line. It's not a very, you got Howard at running back, Jordan Howard, he has started dev in the game. I think he had like 1 or 2 good years, but man, I really don't remember much of him. The receivers are not good. At tight end, they have no one apparently. Hold on, let me generate best lineup and make sure this. Okay, here we go. Shaheen, I don't even remember you, dude. This is not a very good team. Eddie Jackson was a really young player at this point, right? 23-year-old. Oh wow, he was a rookie this year. He was in that 2017 draft class. I thought he would have been in year 1 or year 2 or 3. Man, he was a rookie. Okay. So obviously you got a cornerstone player there at safety. But other than that, I mean, you got Akeem Hicks, Goldman, solid, right? Fuller is solid. Bryce Callahan had a couple of really good years. But yeah, you got Leonard Floyd. Leonard Floyd, pretty solid, but it's not a very good team. So I'm really curious to see how much Patrick Mahomes elevates this team. We'll take a look at Mahomes real quick. He does have X Factor. He actually had Star Dev in the roster. I gave him X Factor, just because. But 97 throw power, 85 deep accuracy, 82 medium accuracy, 76 short accuracy, 79 throw on the run, 70 play action, 75 under pressure, 79 speed. I feel like that's really low speed, but 87 acceleration. So that's fine. But yeah, we'll see how good he actually is with the Chicago Bears. And we're going to go ahead and keep an eye on Mitch Trubisky and see how he does with that Chiefs roster. Taking a look at the Chiefs roster. So Mitch Trubisky is not going to be a starter this year. Obviously, and he's wearing number 15. Oh, well, no, never mind. He wore number 15 with Chicago. Never mind. I'm an idiot. But he has Star Dev. We'll see. This is going to be interesting because I don't know if the CPU teams get the same developmental thing if they sit the rookie year, right? So I'm curious to see because Mahomes can play his rookie year. Mitch Trubisky isn't. So how does that factor in, right? That could be really interesting. But he seems to have better, like, just accuracy and better speed in general. Better. Okay. I mean, look, Mitch Trubisky might end up being really good. Obviously, he won't play this year. Alex Smith will be starting. You got Kareem Hunt over there. You got Tyreek Hill, who's just 23 years old. Obviously, you got Travis Kelce, who's 27 years old. Eric Fisher is still there. They have a pretty good offensive line. And then a young Chris Jones in year number 2. Yeah, this is a much better team than the Chicago Bears. So, yeah, it should be a lot of fun to see which quarterback ends up having the better career. First game of Patrick Mahomes' career, and they lose 20-7. So the offense did not do well. Mahomes threw for 234 yards, but 2 interceptions, losing to Marcus Mariota and the Tennessee Titans. Mariota, 234 yards, 2 touchdowns, was sacked once, but Mahomes throwing 2 interceptions. He's looking like a real-life Mahomes right now. Hasn't been great, but we all know he's going to be ridiculous at the end of the season and into the playoffs. So we all know what's going to happen in real life. But, all right, let's move on to midseason. I just wanted to see how he did in his rookie game. And I'm assuming, I guess we could check. I'm assuming that Trubisky did not play, but we can check just in case. They did win 31-13 over the Baltimore Ravens. Yeah, Alex Smith played through 3 touchdowns, 237 yards. And let's see, Tyreek Hill, 5 for 69. Brandon LaFell actually had a really good game. And then Kelce, 3 for 30 and a touchdown. Through 8 games, the Bears are 4-4, better than I thought they would be. And in real life, I'm looking at it real quick. Through 8 weeks, they were 3-5. So 1 game better than they were in real life. And I'm curious to see. Let's see. Trubisky threw 4. He didn't start the first 4 games. He started last 12, threw for 21, nearly 2,200 yards, 7 touchdowns, and 7 interceptions. So we'll see how Patrick Mahomes is compared to that. As, let's see, Mahomes, 1,700 yards, 12 touchdowns, 7 interceptions. Not amazing numbers, but again, the talent around him is not good. Kendall Wright has 38 catches for 421 yards. That's pretty good. Cameron Meredith, 364 yards and 4 touchdowns. But yeah, I mean, Tariq Cohen is second in receiving in catches with 35. So not a lot of talent on this Bears offense, but hey, 4-4 is pretty good. The Bears went 9-8 with Patrick Mahomes as a rookie. Not bad, actually. That's pretty good. Let's take a look at the numbers here. Mahomes, 3,700 yards, 25 touchdowns, 11 interceptions, was sacked 25 times. Overall, not bad. Jordan Howard ran for 984 yards, 5 touchdowns. Mahomes actually had 3 rushing touchdowns. Yep, 241 yards rushing. And then the leading receiver was Kendall Wright with 76 catches, 908 yards, and 6 touchdowns. Meredith, 72 for 885 and 6 touchdowns. And Cohen, 70 for 721 and 3 touchdowns. I was kind of hoping they were going to be worse so that they could get a better pick, but that's just not the case. Taking a look at the NFL leaders in passing, you got Matt Ryan leading the league with 5,000 yards, had 44 touchdowns to 11 interceptions. Remember, there's an extra game for these seasons, so take the stats with a grain of salt. Carson Wentz doesn't get hurt, throws for 4,200 yards, 23 touchdowns, 4 interceptions. He was having a great year that year until he did get hurt, and then Nick Foles took over. And obviously, they went on to win the Super Bowl. Stafford, 4,200 yards, 26 touchdowns. Deshaun Watson as a rookie, 4,100 yards, 25 touchdowns, and 9 interceptions. Rushing-wise, Le'Veon Bell led the league in rushing yards. And let's see, it was Todd Gurley led the league in touchdowns. And then Elliott was second. With Carson Wentz ran for 16 touchdowns. It's because this is a Philly playbook. That's hilarious. So he had 40 total touchdowns. That's a pretty good year for Carson Wentz. Okay, that's funny. Receiving wise, DeAndre Hopkins led the league in receiving yards. Julio led the league in catches, I believe. Yep, with 114 catches. Travis with 101. And Brandon LaFell, 13 touchdown catches. Kelsey had 11. Yeah, that's kind of crazy. Defensively, Demario Davis led the league in tackles. Aaron Donald led the league in TFLs. And Von Miller led the league in sacks with 19. Jamal Adams had 6 interceptions. Kyle Fuller had 5 for Chicago. Jimmy Smith had 5. Prince Amukamara, I believe is how you say his name. He had 5 as well. So the Bears defense, and that secondary played really well. Manti Te'o had 4 interceptions as well. Richard Sherman had 4 interceptions. A bunch of dudes with 4 interceptions this season. The Chiefs were the number 2 seed in the AFC and lost in the wildcard round to the Raiders 21-15. The Ravens, they beat the Jaguars, who were the 3 seed, and the Patriots beat the Chargers. In real life, remember, it was the Eagles beating the Patriots 41-33 in the Super Bowl. Neither gets to the Super Bowl. The Patriots were the 4 seed. They got to the AFC Championship, but lost to Ben Roethlisberger, Antonio Brown, and Le'Veon Bell in that really good Steelers team. And the Eagles were the 1 seed in the NFC, but they did lose in the divisional round to the New Orleans Saints, and that is who is in the Super Bowl. So instead of the Eagles, Patriots, it's the Saints and the Pittsburgh Steelers. So Drew Brees versus Ben Roethlisberger, and the winner of what Super Bowl is this? Is this Super Bowl? It's Super Bowl 52. Yeah, that's right. Super Bowl 52 is going to be, who's the winner? I wish it would say right away. The Steelers. They win it 24-7. Ben Roethlisberger is your Super Bowl MVP. Carson Wentz was Offensive Player of the Year. 16 rushing touchdowns, so yeah. Aaron Donald is your Defensive Player of the Year. Leonard Fournette wins Offensive Rookie of the Year. And Jamal Adams wins Defensive Rookie of the Year for the New York Jets. Matt Ryan is the NFL MVP, and Raheem Morris is your Coach of the Year, coaching the Atlanta Falcons. On to the 2018 draft, and the Chicago Bears drafted DJ Moore. That's awesome. Okay. They drafted Josh Jackson, Justin Reed. That's a good pickup. Okay. Not a horrible draft. They drafted Justin Watson, which is funny. But Patrick Mahomes gets a number 1 receiver. DJ Moore, only a 73 overall, but hopefully he develops into a really good receiver. We'll take a look at the rest of the draft. I do, look, if you go to that Discord, they have the 2018 through 2023 drafts. Again, like I said, they say work in progress, but they look to be pretty filled out and look pretty decent. They don't have, I believe they have 2012, but I don't think they have 2013 to 2017. I think that's what they're kind of still working on. So there's some gaps. So let me know in the comments below, what other ideas do you guys have for, or do you guys want to see? Like, what other what if scenarios or rebuilds or anything like that you guys want to see? Let me know in the comments below. But let's look at the 2018 NFL draft. The Cardinals draft Baker Mayfield, so they don't get Kyler Murray. Or well, more than likely won't end up getting Kyler Murray, right? Kyler was drafted. Yeah, they won't get Kyler Murray next year because they took Baker Mayfield this year. Actually, well, Madden logic, they might take Kyler next year, but who knows? Saquon goes to Cleveland. Pretty good spot, or pretty good pick for Cleveland. Josh Rosen goes to Washington. Not great. Bradley Chubb goes to the Colts. Lorenzo Carter goes to the New York Giants. San Fran takes Josh Allen. That's a fun one. Okay. Sam Darnold goes to the Jets. So, all right. Sucks for Sam Darnold there. Quentin Nelson goes to Cincinnati. The Broncos take a right tackle, Brandon Parker. Davenport goes to Tennessee. Fitzpatrick goes to Detroit. Good pickup there. Tyquan Lewis to Miami. Vita Vea to Buffalo. DJ Moore, we saw that, to Chicago instead of Roquan Smith. Interesting. They took DJ instead of Roquan. Daron Payne goes to Green Bay. Mike McGlinchey goes to Houston. Tremaine Edmonds goes to Dallas. Let's see. Denzel Ward goes to Minnesota. Jair goes to Kansas City. That's a really good pickup for Kansas City. Let's see. Colton Miller to the Raiders. Brian O'Neill to the Ravens. Jesse Bates to the Patriots. Lamar goes to New Orleans. That's what I was waiting for. Lamar Jackson goes to the Saints. So he will back up Drew Brees, but when Drew Brees retires, Lamar will be taking over. Derwin James to the Steelers. And then in round 2, Calvin Ridley went to the Colts. Sam Hubbard went to the Jets. Nick Chubb went to Denver. So instead of taking Bradley Chubb, they take Nick Chubb. Interesting. And then let's see, Justin Reed and Josh Jackson back-to-back. Chicago picks DJ Chark to Green Bay. Let's see, Pettis to Minnesota. The Chiefs took Trey Williams. Let's see, what are other, I'm trying to think of other big names here that was later in this draft. Ronnie Harrison goes to Cincinnati. Not really a big name, but Kansas City takes Mark Andrews. So they got Travis Kelce and Mark Andrews now. Okay, that's an interesting pick. Harold Landry to Dallas. So Dallas going defensive heavy. Nyheim Hines to the LA Rams. Courtland Sutton to the Baltimore Ravens. Let's see, what other, let's see, Christian Kirk to the Colts. I'm trying to think of any other names that I'm forgetting here for this draft class. Mason Rudolph to the Raiders. But yeah, that's the draft. So we'll see how that changes NFL history. But Lamar going to the Saints, that's an interesting one. So going into year 2 for Patrick Mahomes, he's up to an 84 overall. Take a look at his ratings here. 97 throw power, 87 deep accuracy, 88 medium accuracy, 82 short accuracy. Throw under pressure is up to an 83. Play action is up to an 83. Throw under runs up to an 83. So Mahomes getting better. But he needs some better weapons. And hopefully DJ Moore helps that. I really want to like move him up. I don't think he will stay though, because I have the auto like roster depth chart change. So like the game is just gonna change it anyways. But would like to see him be the starter this year. But the defense is looking better. A lot of star dev guys. Defensive line is okay, but I mean, Kyle Fuller, Amu Kamara, they had really good years last year. So we'll see how the Bears do this year. The Bears end up going 7-10. In real life, they went 12-4. Obviously, their defense was insane that year. Trubisky was, let's see, 11-3 that year, 3,200 yards, 24 touchdowns to 12 interceptions. So we'll take a look at how Patrick Mahomes did. Alex Smith is still the starter in Kansas City, by the way. But Mahomes, 3,600 yards, 18 touchdowns, 18 picks. Yikes. Okay, that's not good. I might have to change the playbook, which I really didn't want to do, but I might have to. DJ Moore actually had a really good rookie year. didn't get 1,000 yards, but overall was good. 95 tackles for Justin Reed, the rookie. 12 TFLs for Rasheem Green. Hicks, Sheriff Floyd had 10, and then 12 sacks for Rasheem Green. And then Leonard Floyd had 6.5 sacks. Didn't turn over the ball as much this year, unfortunately, but Eddie Jackson with 3 picks, Justin Reed with 2. But yeah, the offense just wasn't good. It could be playbook related, which is really irritating, as we went 7-10, which is kind of disappointing. As far as the NFL stats, like I said, Alex Smith is still playing in Kansas City. 4,500 yards, 45 touchdowns, and 8 interceptions. He had an insane year. Matt Ryan, 4,300 yards. Mariota, 4,200 yards. Blake Bortles, 4,200 yards. Deshaun Watson, 4,200 yards. Alex Smith led the league in touchdowns. Again, it's the playbook, so that's why I'm like, maybe I should probably change the playbook. Blake Bortles had 38 touchdown passes. Aaron Rodgers had 35. And then rushing wise, Le'Veon led the league in rushing yards per was 1,700, 17 touchdowns. Todd Gurley 1,400 yards and 10 touchdowns. Elliott had 15 touchdowns. Melvin Gordon 1,000 yards and 12 touchdowns. And then receiving wise, Keenan Allen led the league in receiving yards with 1,618 18 touchdowns. Him and Cordero Patterson had 18 touchdowns. Wow, Patterson had a really good year for Kansas City. And let's see, catches. Landry led the league in catches. Lockett was second. Adam Humphries was third. Sanders had 92 catches. Zach Ertz had 88. And then defensively, we'll take a look. Apparently, there was no defense played this year. Hello? Okay. The stats for the defense isn't working. All right, well, unfortunately, we can't see. It worked last season. I don't know. Oh, nope, the EA servers just crashed. Moving on to Super Bowl 53, right? Yeah, 53. It's going to be the Steelers trying to go to back-to-back, or trying to win back-to-back Super Bowls against the Philadelphia Eagles, who gets there a year later. The Chiefs did lose in the AFC Championship game, just like real life, but no Mahomes. It was actually Alex Smith, and Trubisky isn't playing yet. The 1 seed in the NFC was the Seattle Seahawks. The Steelers were the 1 seed in the AFC, but it will be Pittsburgh versus Philadelphia in Super Bowl 53, and the winner of Super Bowl 53 is the Pittsburgh Steelers, winning back-to-back Super Bowls. Wow. All right. Le'Veon Bell wins Super Bowl MVP. Alex Smith won regular season MVP. Keenan Allen, Offensive Player of the Year. Von Miller, Defensive Player of the Year. Offensive Rookie of the Year is Sam Darnold. And Defensive Rookie of the Year is Rasheem Green for the Chicago Bears. So the Bears, I mean, look, the draft picks are looking pretty good. I think we're on the right track. Looking at the draft recap here for the 2019 NFL draft, and another good pick here in round 1. Josh Jacobs is the 12th overall pick for the Chicago Bears, giving Patrick Mahomes another really good weapon at running back this time. Jelani Tavai, pretty solid. He might develop. They grabbed Tony Pollard as well. Wow. Okay, interesting. And then Ryan Connolly at middle linebacker. I mean, I don't love going for 2 running backs. Kind of wish they would have grabbed a receiver or a tight end at some point. Nick Bosa goes number 1. Jonah Williams goes number 2. Kyler goes number 3 to New England. Ooh, wow. Backing up Tom Brady. Okay. Unless Tom Brady left. I haven't been looking at free agency, so I'm not sure. Interesting. Quentin Williams going to San Fran. San Fran might be really good. Brian Burns goes to the Colts. Montez Sweat goes to the Raiders. Devin White to Houston. Josh Hines-Allen to Buffalo. They got the other Josh Allen. Nice. Okay. TJ Hawkinson to Green Bay. Josh Jacobs to Chicago. They could have... I mean, I guess the other options weren't great. DeMarcus Lawrence would have been a good pickup. Ed Oliver would have been solid. Jeffrey Simmons would have been solid. But as far as receivers go, I guess they could have got Debo or A.J. Brown. Okay. All right. I mean, obviously, if I was rebuilding, it would be a lot different. But, you know, I'm not doing a rebuild. If you guys want to see a rebuild and taking over one of these teams, let me know. I was thinking about doing a Broncos rebuild in 2018, like fixing the Denver Broncos because of how dog crap they've been over the last decade. But yeah, I don't know. An interesting draft. We'll see if the Bears are that much better with Josh Jacobs at running back now. So here's what the offense looks like for Mahomes' third season, which in real life would have been his second season because he didn't play his rookie year, but he has played all 3 years here in this simulation. He's up to an 89 overall. Howard is, oh man, okay, so they still have Howard, they still have Cohen. I thought maybe he left. So they drafted 2 running backs. You know, I would say Madden logic sucks, but also I could see the Bears just doing this in real life. So, I mean, it's like, okay, DJ Moore is playing up to an 80. They need another receiver. And they could probably use a different tight end. Shaheen's fine, but okay. Defensively, Green is up to superstar dev. That's huge for them. They still need edge rushing, though. I guess, I mean, technically Floyd is there. If I could technically change this to a 3-4 and it would make a little bit more sense, but I'm not gonna do that. Looks like Reed is injured. I do have, or no, not Reed. Eddie Jackson. I do have injuries on, so that is gonna affect some things. But yeah, I mean, it's a good team. I do think this is a playoff team. We'll see if they actually make the playoffs. Well, another average year. We go 8-9. Okay. I guess it's just the Bears. You know, it might actually be just the Bears. Alex Smith is still killing it in Kansas City, by the way. Trubisky still hasn't gotten an opportunity. Dang it, I cannot look at stats. The player stats are just not working. I don't know what happens with the player stats, but it basically crashes the servers. So I don't know what's happening with that. The simulation is fine and everything else is working, but for some reason it's not letting me look at stats, which really, really sucks. So we can look at league leaders, but now like I can't see any. I wonder, I guess what we're gonna have to do is just look at Mahomes just in general. But and yeah, like I think the game is kind of freaking out on these simulations. Hopefully that gets fixed in the future. But Mahomes, 3,900 yards, nearly 4,000 yards, 32 touchdowns, 15 interceptions. Again, like an okay year. Ran for 330 yards and 2 touchdowns. I am curious to see how DJ Moore did. He's up to an 81 overall. And looking at his numbers, worse than last year. 73 for 901 and 5 touchdowns. Okay. I wish I could look at the whole team stats, but it's unfortunately, it's not working. Let me try actually go from here, because I was trying to go from the other menu. We could actually just see the leaders on the team, right? So Jordan Howard ran for 682 yards. He might have gotten hurt. And then Cameron Meredith was the leading receiver, 79, 957, and 7 receiving touchdowns. Will it work? No. Anytime I go into like the player stats, it's just not working. Huh. I wonder what's breaking that. The Jacksonville Jaguars won the Super Bowl. They beat the Rams 24-21. Telvin Smith won Super Bowl MVP. What in the world? Carson Wentz won MVP. All right. Doug Peterson wins Coach of the Year with the Jags. Le'Veon Bell wins Offensive Player of the Year for the Steelers. Von Miller, another Defensive Player of the Year. Okay, he's going crazy. A.J. Brown wins Rookie of the Year. And Nick Bosa wins Defensive Rookie of the Year. I really wish Chicago would have taken a receiver instead of a freaking running back when they already had a starting running back. It just, you know, Chicago is... The Bears are just the Bears, apparently. Yeah. So the 2020 draft is over, and the Bears drafted Jedrick Wills Jr. Not bad. And then drafted Cole Kmet. So history kind of repeats itself there. Cole Kmet is a Bear. But the rest of the draft is just, it's okay. I'm not sure why we're drafting James Morgan in the 4th round. Come on, Chicago. Help me out here. Gosh darn it. Chase Young went number 1 to the Jets, and Joe Burrow goes to the Bengals. Okay. Well, that's fun. History repeats itself there. Andrew Thomas goes to the Giants. Jeff Okudah goes to the Colts. CJ Henderson goes to Washington. Ooh, CeeDee Lamb goes to Detroit. Derek Brown goes to Baltimore. Tua goes to Denver. As a Broncos fan, don't love that. Justin Herbert goes to Miami. Justin Jefferson goes to Atlanta. Okay, well, that's crazy. Yeah, Matt Ryan's still pretty good over there. Yeah, that's going to be pretty decent. Brandon Ayuk goes to Tennessee. Michael Pittman goes to Houston. Wills goes to Chicago, so the missed out on Pittman and Ayuk. That's irritating. Chase Young goes to Cleveland. Arnett goes to New Orleans. Kinlaw to Arizona. T. Higgins went to San Fran. Man, San Fran's going to be so good. Tristan Wirfs goes to Carolina. Becton goes to Green Bay. AJ Terrell goes to the Raiders. Isaiah Simmons goes to Buffalo. Patrick Queen goes to Minnesota. Jerry Jeudy goes to Tampa Bay. All right. DeAndre Swift goes to New England. Henry Ruggs goes to Seattle. Maybe things don't go badly for Henry Ruggs if he's in Seattle instead of Vegas. You never know. All right. Kenneth Murray Jr. goes to Indy. Who else? Let's see. Jordan Love goes to... Ooh, Jordan Love going to Atlanta. That's fun. Okay. All right. Trayvon Diggs going to Houston. Let's see. Delpit going to San Fran. Delpit's going to be... Or San Fran's going to be so freaking good, man. A.J. Dillon going to the Raiders. Let's see. Any other... Oh, Jalen Hurts going to the Chargers. Jeremy Chin going to the Eagles. All right. Zach Moss going to Atlanta. All right, Josh Jones going to Green Bay. Interesting. An interesting draft. We'll see how things change, but San Fran, real quick, I want to look at San Fran's roster because they have Josh Allen. They're going to be good. They're going to be really, really good. Where are they? Here we go. They've got Thomas still, they have Reuben Foster, DeForest Buckner still, Juszczyk still, Trent Brown, George Kittle, and then you got Josh Allen up to an 87 overall now. You got Jamal Williams there. That's pretty good. And then you got Goodwin at receiver, but taking a look at their young receivers now, T. Higgins, they drafted, like that's a really good pickup. Obviously still George Kittle. Their offensive line is really, they don't have a left guard or a center. Okay, well, I don't know if their offensive line is good. They should probably grab some guys there. That might be a bit of a problem, but their defense is insane. So yeah, I mean, they look really good. I don't know. San Fran might be really good here in a couple of years. Ooh, this is fun. Week 1 here for Mahomes and the Bears are playing the Kansas City Chiefs. All right, I'm going to simulate this game, and we're going to take a look at what happens. This is a fun one. I'm curious to see if Trubisky is playing yet or if he's even on the team. We should probably look to see if he's even on the team. I never checked. The Bears won 30-17, though. All right. Mahomes, 264 yards and 2 touchdowns. Pretty good. Apparently, okay, I think there's something wrong with the stats. Because it's only showing... Well, no, it's showing Kareem Hunt there. Okay, Jordan Howard is still the starting running back. I don't know why they drafted 2 running backs last season. Drives me insane. But yeah, I don't know... Let's see, if I just go to Chiefs and look at passing, yeah, okay, so something's a little broken with the simulation and the stats. I don't know what that could be, but that's probably why, like, something's wrong with the sim, I think. But oh well. I mean, at least we can see our own stats. Technically, we just have to go into each player, which is a little irritating. But yeah, going into year 4 for Mahomes, 93 overall. By this time, he was already a Super Bowl champ and an MVP. So yeah, hasn't even made the playoffs with the Bears. DJ Moore up to an 82 overall. Josh Jacobs 76 overall as the 3rd running back. Pollard is the 4th running back. A little irritating, just a little. Offensive line is getting better. Shaheen is up to a superstar though. All right, and then the defense is looking pretty good. Only one superstar dev or better player on this defense, but a lot of star devs. So again, this should be a playoff team. Ooh, the Bears go 12-5. Okay, a really good year. I doubt we'll be able to look at stats. I mean, I can check. Let's try to jump in. Mahomes, 4,400 yards, 34 touchdowns. Really good year. Jordan Howard, nearly 900 yards, 8 touchdowns. And then our leading receiver was Cameron Meredith, 1,000 yards on 80 catches. Will it work? I doubt it. Yeah, it's not going to let us go in. I don't know. Something's wrong, I think, with the simulation to where it's not. I don't know. There's something off. I'm not sure what it is. If you guys can figure it out, let me know in the comments. So the Bears will play the Green Bay Packers here. I'm curious to see who's on this Packers team. As we'll check out, let's see. For the Packers, they got Devontae Adams still. They've got Blake Martinez. They got Josh Jones, Kenny Clark, Tevin Coleman. All right. I don't see. Okay, Rodgers, who's 36, is down to an 80 overall. They got Gardner Minshew. Interesting. Okay, Tevin Coleman at running back. Randall Cobb still. DJ Chark. Interesting. All right. They've got an interesting team. We'll see if we can win the divisional or the wild card round against a divisional opponent. Can we? We're up to an 88 defense, 87 offense. So overall, I mean, we're doing pretty decently. We do win. We play Green Bay back-to-back weeks. We lost the last week of this regular season, but we beat them in the wild card round. We'll take a look at the game here and see who played well. Hopefully it lets me. Hopefully, like, it shows. Like, that's the only thing. I'm not sure if it's actually gonna show all the stats here. Okay, it is. Huh. So Mahomes, 298 yards, 2 touchdowns, and 2 picks. Rodgers, 341 yards, 1 touchdown, 1 pick. Coleman ran for 71 yards and a touchdown. Who had 2 touchdowns? Mahomes had 2 rushing touchdowns. Okay, goodness. Devontae, 8 for 107. Meredith, 7 for 103 and a touchdown. DJ Moore, 7 for 83. And then defensively, 1.5 sacks for Deron Payne, a sack for Kenny Clark. Rasheem Green had a sack. Leonard Floyd had a sack. And then interceptions went to Tarvarius Moore, Blake Martinez, and Kyle Fuller. On to the divisional round against the Dallas Cowboys, who went 13-4, and we beat them. The Bears are on to the NFC Championship game. Let's go. All right, let's take a look at that Cowboys game and see who played well, as Mahomes leading the Bears to an NFC Championship game. We blew out the Cowboys. Not really hard to do in the playoffs. 35-21 was the score. Prescott, 253 yards, 3 touchdowns, and a pick. Mahomes, 358 yards, 2 touchdowns, and a pick. Jordan Howard, 81 yards rushing. And let's see, Meredith, 8 for 119 and a touchdown. Shaheen, 10 for 112 and a touchdown. DJ Moore, 4 for 52. Justin Reed had 8 tackles. And let's see, a sack for Goldman and Green. Green's been awesome. Eddie Jackson with the pick. So the team is playing really well. And I mean, it took a while to get to the playoffs, but once Mahomes is in the playoffs, the dude is unbelievable. Playing the 14-3 Seattle Seahawks. All right, let's jump in this game and we'll do the sim in the game. Jumping in the game here, Seattle is 14-3 on the season. They take a 7-0 lead, but we tie it up at 7. 14-7, 21-7, 21-10. Oh, the defense is letting us down. 28-31-10. Oh, no. 31-17. And that will do it. The Bears lose in the NFC Championship to Russell Wilson and the Seattle Seahawks, 31-17. Russ was ridiculous. 22 of 25, 260 yards and 3 touchdowns. Mahomes, 16 of 19, 209 yards, but 2 touchdowns and 2 picks. Yikes. Just turning the ball over a ton. Pettis, Baldwin are the leading receivers for the Seahawks. DJ Moore, 5 for 44. Meredith, 4 for 78 and a touchdown. But yeah, the defense just didn't play well. Bobby Wagner and Shaquille Griffin with interceptions. And we're going to have to wait till next year to see if Mahomes can win a Super Bowl with the Bears. Season recap here. Marcus Mariota and the Tennessee Titans win the Super Bowl. That's a weird one. Okay, they beat Seattle 23-20. Jared Goff won MVP with the Rams. Devontae Adams, Offensive Player of the Year with the Packers. DeForest Buckner, Defensive Player of the Year with the Niners. Jonathan Taylor, Rookie of the Year with the Cardinals. And then Patrick Queen, Rookie of the Year with the Minnesota Vikings. By the way, Mitch Trubisky did play this past season. 4,200 yards, 42 touchdowns to 10 interceptions. Had a really good first year playing of his career. Wow. Okay, well, good for Trubisky. Kareem Hunt is a 99 overall running back, and they drafted James Conner. What in the world? Okay, Tyreek Hill, 97 overall. He's insane. Let's see how he did this season with Trubisky. By the way, Trubisky did have superstar dev when I looked. 88 catches for 1,000 yards and 8 touchdowns. And then Travis Kelce, 98 overall. And in his first year with Trubisky, 91 catches for 1,000 yards and 10 touchdowns. All right, so no one individually had a great year, but I mean, Trubisky had a really good year. So looking at the draft recap for the 2021 NFL draft, the Bears draft Caleb Farley. All right, Levi. I can't say his name. I just can't. I can't even try. My brain just malfunctioned. Can't read. Not a great draft. Yeah, not a good draft for the Bears there. Kyle Pitts went number 1 overall. Pat Surtain went number 2 overall. Okay, J.C. Horn went number 3 overall. Wow. All right, so I went to the Ravens. Jamar Chase goes to the Vikings. Jalen Waddle to the Giants. Micah Parsons goes to the Browns. Slater goes to the Patriots. Vera Tucker goes to the Bucks. Trevor Lawrence goes to Detroit. Devontae Smith goes to Denver. Jamin Davis goes to San Fran. San Fran's killing it, man. Their drafts have been so good. So good. Greg Newsome to Atlanta. Creed Humphrey to the Raiders. Asante Samuel Jr. to the LA Rams instead of the LA Chargers. Javon Holland to the Panthers. And let's see, any other big ones? Elijah Moore to the Chargers. Najee Harris to the Jets. Justin Fields went in round 2 to the Giants. Mac Jones went to the Browns in round 2. JOK went to Denver. All right, Denver's having a decent draft. Javonte Williams to the Jags. Travis Etienne Jr. to the Eagles. Trey Lance went to the Packers. Interesting. Odengbo to the Rams. Zach Wilson to the Bills. Pat Freiermuth goes to the Steelers. Like real life. Pretty cool. But yeah, that's the draft. We'll see how things go in this next season. By the way, I'm only going up to where we are at in real life. So I'm just going to go through the 2024-25 season. That's going to be the last year of the video. Like I said, if you guys want to see other videos or rebuilds or anything like that, let me know in the comments below. We do make the playoffs again. We go 12-5, and we'll be taking on the team who knocked us out in the NFC Championship game a year ago against the Seattle Seahawks in the wild card round. We'll take a look at the stats here. League leaders, Mahomes led the league. 4,700 yards, 40 touchdowns. Jared Goff was second. Tua was third. I don't think I can go into stats. I don't even want to try at this point. It takes so long to get back into the game. Von Miller led the league in sacks again. Devontae Smith as a rookie had 1,800 yards and 13 touchdowns. Whoa. Okay. He had a really good year in Denver. Good rookie year in Denver. So we saw Mahomes' year again, a really, really good year. Jordan Howard, 953 yards and 13 touchdowns. It just pisses me off that they took Josh Jacobs and Tony Pollard. Shaheen was the leading receiver, 95 for 1,100 yards. And points allowed, we were 15th. Offensive yards, we were 2nd. Defensive yards given up, we were 6th. But points is where it really matters. We were 3rd in scoring. And then defensively, we were 15th in points allowed. So middle of the pack defensively. Bit worried about that, but the offense is really good. So we will sim the wild card round against the Seattle Seahawks. And we get revenge. We beat the Seahawks. 28-17 was the final score. Mahomes, 286 yards, 2 touchdowns, no interceptions. He had a really good game, 72 yards rushing for Jordan Howard. Meredith had 8 for 85. DJ Moore, 5 for 82 and a touchdown. Justin Watson, 6 for 62. Shaheen, 4 for 38 and a touchdown. And then defensively, let's see, 1 sack for Goldman and then no interception. So we get the win. We are on to the divisional round against the LA Rams, I believe. Yep. LA Rams in Los Angeles. They went 14-3. Can we get back to the NFC Championship game? Oh, we can't. Dang it. All right. Well, the LA Rams win with Jared Goff. What the Broncos aren't into the AFC Championship game. Good for them. They beat the dog. Who the hell is on the Broncos right now? Oh, they had Tua. That's right. They got Tua and Nick Chubb and Devontae Smith. Yeah, that's pretty good. That's pretty good. And then defensively, you've got Von Miller. You got JOK. Yeesh. Okay. The Broncos. See what happens when you draft a quarterback when you're supposed to. You know, just a thought. All right. Well, we get eliminated in the NFC Championship game. That's disappointed. We'll sim to the Super Bowl and see who wins it. It was the LA Rams losing to the Denver Broncos. The Broncos are Super Bowl champions. Man, Mahomes doesn't go to the Chiefs, and look what the Broncos do. They get their head out of their ass. JOK wins Super Bowl MVP. Mahomes won regular season MVP. So at this point, we are in, let's see, we just had the 21 draft. Yeah, so at this point, Mahomes is even with MVPs because he has 2 in real life, right? But at this point, he only had 1. And then just 1 Super Bowl as well. So, I mean, not that far off. Like, in real life, he went to 2 Super Bowls and won an MVP. And here, he's gone to an NFC Championship game and has 1 MVP. Like, we're not insanely far away. I mean, obviously in real life, he had a better career with the Chiefs to start than, in this with the Bears. But, I mean, he's still really good. The Bears just like to draft 2 running backs in a draft where they already have a starting running back. Not sure what happened there. Here's the draft recap for the 2022 NFL Draft. The Bears select Trevor Penning with the 26th overall pick. Brian Asamoah with the in the 2nd round. Malcolm Rodriguez. Oh my God, they selected Brock Purdy. Oh Lord. Okay. I hate the Bears so much. I hate them so much. Hutchinson went to the Colts. Trayvon Walker went to the Giants. Garrett Wilson went to the Packers. Sauce went to the Chiefs. Oh, the Chiefs did not have a good year. Okay. Kayvon went to Houston. McDuffie went to Buffalo. Drake London went to Baltimore. Chris Olave went to Washington. Kenny Pickett went to Pittsburgh. Okay. Kyle Hamilton went to Tennessee. Yeah, I'm really disappointed in the Bears draft. Like, Breece Hall went to Baltimore. That's a good pickup for Baltimore. But yeah, the Bears are not good at drafting, which doesn't really come out as a surprise. It's just disappointing. Mahomes going into year number 6 has an X Factor tight end, so Shaheen turns into an awesome tight end. He's not even in the league, I don't think, in real life. But yeah, he turns into a legit superstar. DJ Moore is playing up to a 90 overall, but no more what's his face at wide receiver. They don't even have like 4 receivers. I don't know. This team, they're drafting running backs when they already have a star running back. They're drafting tight ends when they already have a superstar tight end. They're drafting a superstar rookie quarterback when they already have an X Factor quarterback. I don't know what's happening with this team. You know, it's just irritating. Like, you know, part of it's Madden logic, but also this is what the Bears do. We go 12-5 again, and we're hosting a wild card game. We play the 9-8 Tampa Bay Buccaneers, and then Mahomes, he was awesome. 4,700 yards, 40 touchdowns again. Tua's really good. Lamar is starting for New Orleans, and he's playing great. So, yeah, Lamar Jackson, really good. Shocker. Here's our leaders. Again, I don't think the stats are working to actually go into. Jordan Howard, though, 926 yards rushing. Adam Shaheen, 97 catches, 1,000 yards. We were 17th in defensive points allowed, which I don't love that. Again, a really good offense, but our defense kind of worried about. Like, we're just not drafting well. Like, that's the problem. We're not drafting well on both sides of the ball. So Mahomes is kind of just carrying us. We'll see if we can get past the Bucs here in the wild card round. We do. Now we got the Philadelphia Eagles, who are 10-7. And can we get back to the NFC Championship game? We cannot. Okay. Yeah, we can't. Our defense just isn't good enough. We lost 40-34. Like I said, the defense is letting us down. Carson Wentz had 448 yards and 4 touchdowns. Mahomes, 400 yards and 3 touchdowns. DJ Moore had 14 catches for 207 yards and a touchdown. My goodness. And we lost. Yeesh. All right. Well, that's disappointing. The Denver Broncos lose the Super Bowl to Philadelphia. Carson Wentz is a Super Bowl MVP. Tua won regular season MVP. Carson Wentz won Offensive Player of the Year. Khalil Mack, DPOY. Rashid Shaheed, Rookie of the Year for the Jags. And Trent McDuffie, Defensive Rookie of the Year for the Buffalo Bills. So the Broncos went to back-to-back Super Bowls, but are 1-1 in those 2 Super Bowls. Philly getting the Super Bowl win here. So the Broncos are really good. The Chiefs aren't, and Mahomes can't get to the Super Bowl with the Bears. You know, sounds about right, actually. Like, the Chiefs just aren't as good with Mitch Trubisky, and the Bears are better, but not good enough to win a Super Bowl because they're idiots. Yeah, kind of makes sense. Oh, guys, I screwed up. I forgot to put the 2023 draft class in. So it's an auto-generated class. No! I mean, to be fair, we only got like 2 more seasons to sim. That sucks. I'm so sorry, guys. I screwed that one up. I totally forgot to put them in. And now we're drafting 2 tight ends. What are the Bears and they both suck. What are you guys doing? All right, I apologize. That's my bad. I forgot to put the right draft class in. Like I said, though, we're almost done, so I don't think it really matters, but I really wish I would have put that in there. Son of a gun. We make the playoffs again at 12-5. We're just stuck at 12-5. We cannot win more games than 12 for some reason. Not sure why. We're first in points per game, but a little bit better defensively. We're 11th. Okay. We're passing the crap out of the ball, which is great. Mahomes at the league and passing again. 4,800 yards, 45 touchdowns. He's insane. He's absolutely insane. Like I said, I can't go into the season stats because it's just going to crash. You know what? I'm going to try again. Let's try. I haven't tried in a couple seasons. Nope, it still crashes. Jordan Howard ran for 1,100 yards and 14 touchdowns, so he had a really good year. Oh, we have Julio Jones. Okay. I forgot to take a look at the roster to see if there was any free agent moves. One, because they haven't been making free agent moves, so I haven't really been able to say, like, hey, guys, they made a free agent move. And then I never looked. All right, so they got an old Julio Jones. He's normal dev. But that's really good. Okay. Jordan Howard lost superstar dev. That's fine. Shaheen is still X Factor. Cole Kmet is still a star dev. Offensive line is solid. And then defense, Green is up to X Factor. Oh my God, that safety rookie was an X Factor safety. That's hilarious. That is hilarious. Okay, that kind of changed some things with putting in that draft class instead of the real draft class because I screwed that up. All right, well, let's see if they can beat the LA Rams here in the 23-24 season. I believe we're in 23-24, and we lost, so it doesn't matter. Okay. All right. I mean, is this how you guys feel, Bears fans? Like, this is brutal. This is brutal. Mahomes, 315 yards and 3 touchdowns, but the defense can't stop Jared Goff and the LA Rams. Oh, boy. Julio, 8 for 121 and a touchdown was awesome. Amon-Ra St. Brown is in L.A. Yeah. Okay. Well, not looking great for the Bears. The Denver Broncos have gone to 3 straight Super Bowls. They've now lost 2 straight. All right. Carson Wentz wins another Super Bowl. So the Eagles go back-to-back. The Broncos go to 3 straight and lose back-to-back. Fun. Tua wins MVP. DeAndre Hopkins, Offensive Player of the Year with the Broncos. TJ Watt, DPOY with the Steelers. Wow. Okay. The Denver Broncos. So in a world where Mahomes doesn't get drafted by the Chiefs, the Broncos go to 3 straight Super Bowls. The Chiefs stink with Trubisky. I wish that happened in real life. That would have. I mean, I would take I would take going to 3 straight Super Bowls, winning 1 and losing 2. Like I would absolutely take that as a Broncos fan. And Mahomes being really good but can't win anything with the Bears in the NFC. That would. I prefer this world more than the one that we're in. So the 2024 draft classes seem to be broken for some reason. I'm sure that'll be fixed later on, but yeah, I'm not sure what's going on with the 24 draft classes, so I wasn't able to put it in, unfortunately. So yeah, I'm not sure why that happened. We'll take a look at the draft recap and just see what the Bears did. They took a defensive tackle. They finally take a receiver. Congrats. Okay. That's so irritating. It's so irritating. But yeah, I'm not sure why the 24 draft class isn't working. Like I said, though, like all of this is work in progress, right? Like nothing is perfect. We're still waiting on like a lot of things to be finished and whatnot, but I mean that's what happens when we have to, when the community has to do it, right? It's gonna take some time. So for those of you, just stay patient. But like this is one of the coolest things we've gotten in Madden in over a decade. So like I'll take it, right? I think we'll all take it. But final year that I'm gonna go ahead and sim, since we don't have any, we're not getting real players in here. Jordan Howard is down to an 84 overall, and now they don't have Josh Jacobs. Idiots. DJ Moore is up to a 92 overall. Kind of surprised he never went up to Superstar Dev. Darnell Mooney is on the team, though, so maybe that will help. Yeah, I mean, this team looks like a playoff team that is going to lose in the divisional again. Well, we're 10-7. We are not hosting a wild card playoff game, unfortunately. And like I said, this is the final year. We are officially caught up to the 24-25 season. And we win. Okay, now we play the 12-5. Okay, since this is the final one, hopefully we'll get a chance to jump in. So let's see what happens. And we're playing the Cowboys, who love to choke in the divisional round. We should win. All right, here we go. Divisional round against the Dallas Cowboys. We're all tied up at 7 going into the second. Now down 14-7, 14-9, 16-14, 17-16. Come on. We need a touchdown. 24-17. We got the 2-point conversion. 31-17, 31-25, and that'll do it. We beat the Dallas Cowboys 31-25. Didn't even need to jump in. Mahomes, 18 of 25, 198, 2 touchdowns. Prescott had 3 touchdowns. But yeah, DJ Moore, 5 for 57 and a touchdown. Goodness, Sky Moore had 3 touchdowns for the Cowboys. All right. Okay, Justin Reed also had a pick, but we get the win, and we're on to the NFC Championship game. On to the NFC Championship game against the New Orleans Saints. They went 9-8. We're already up 7-0, so that's good. They were a wild card team. We were as well. So 2 wild card teams here in the NFC Championship game. We're up 14-7. Need another score here. Dang it, 14-14. We're on to overtime. Whoa, okay. Let's jump in and see what's going on. We've got 3rd and 6. Remember, both teams are going to get the ball here in overtime. I believe we have the ball first. I believe. So on 3rd and 6, Mahomes back to throw, and that is complete. Great throw from Patrick Mahomes. And we've got 1st and 10 at the 27-yard line. I wonder if the CPU would go for 2 if they tied it up. That's going to go to Shaheen. No, he dropped it. Oh, my gosh. He was open. That's a touchdown. Gosh darn it. All right, 2nd and 10. We'll go play action here. Got to take off. We'll dump it off to Cameron, and Cameron will have a gain of about 7 on the play. Another 3rd down. And on 3rd and 3, another play action. We got the tight end. It's Shaheen. And Shaheen inside the 5 to the 3-yard line. 298 yards for Patrick Mahomes. We go play action, and I'm going to have, actually, no, we have Howard on the flat here, so, oh, shoot. I was trying to get rid of it, and it wouldn't let me. They blitz right up the middle, and, of course, the offensive line is not going to block. 2nd and goal from the 15, and we're just going to have to get it underneath to Randolph, and that's going to be 3rd and goal from the 6. I will probably go for it on 4th and goal. Probably. I'm going to put Randolph on the slant here. And nothing's open. We got to get rid of it. All right. 4th and goal. Screw it. I'm going for it. This is to get to the Super Bowl. I'm going for it. I'm going for it. We need a touchdown here. Mahomes. Back to throw. Has an open receiver. Touchdown. It's Shaheen. All right. I'm going to just have him kick the field goal. We are up 21-14. Come on, defense. We need a stop. Oh, good Lord. 3rd and 2. 1st down. I really hope they don't go for 2. What are they going to do here? Are they going to kick the field goal? They are. Okay. We're going to get the ball back. Next point score. See, in this situation, they should have gone for 2, right? But I don't think that's built into Madden logic yet. So we're going to get the ball here. All we need is a field goal. That's it. Just go down, kick a field goal, and we're on to the Super Bowl. And I'm doing something stupid and just lobbing it up. Shaheen comes down with the ball. I don't know why I threw that. That was really dumb of me. Mahomes is in the zone, though. And we're going to have an open receiver. Just get that behind Mooney. And Mooney makes the catch. And we're down to the 41-yard line. All right. Need probably another at least 10 more yards, or maybe another 5 or 6. But I would rather get another, like, first down. DJ Moore, stay in bounds. All right, that's a gain of 6. We are definitely in field goal range. Do we... I kind of want to go play action here and see if anyone can get open down the field. I'm going to lob it up. Go get it, Moore! Can't grab it. Oh, man. That would have pretty much guaranteed us to win. I really want to get another first down here. Get another 10 to 15 yards. We try to time this right. It's over the middle. It's caught. It's Randolph with the catch. All right, now in field goal range. Yeah, I'm just going to kick the field goal here. If they call a timeout, I might just go for it or just keep going. But no, they don't. And that will do it. We are headed to the Super Bowl. Finally, Patrick Mahomes with the Chicago Bears breaks through. We finally win an NFC Championship game, and we are on to a Super Bowl 59, I believe, right? Is that what we're on currently in real life? Super Bowl 59? I think so. We are taking on the Baltimore Ravens here in Super Bowl 59. Patrick Mahomes has a chance to win his first Super Bowl with the Chicago Bears. We switched Mahomes with Mitch Trubisky back in the 2017-2018 season. And now, finally, it took 7-8 years. I don't even know how many years. 8 years? Something like that. But we are finally here. Can Mahomes get it done? The Ravens already upset 10-0. Now 10-7. Now we take a 14-10 lead at the half. The Ravens make it 17-14. Into the fourth quarter. Okay, 14-17. 4th and 2. We're going to kick the field goal to tie it. All right. All tied up at 17. 3 minutes to go. Come on, defense. Give us a stop. We do. Wait, what just happened? A penalty? Okay, so we get the ball. All right. 8-yard run by Mahomes. It's 2nd and 2. Now it's a first down. Another... Wait, what? I don't know what just happened. Okay, first down to DJ Moore. I'm taking over. 1:48 to go with the Super Bowl on the line. At this point, we could probably run the ball a little bit too and get the clock down a little bit, as Jordan Howard will get a gain of about 2. Okay. Maybe not the best idea. 1:20. We do have all 3 timeouts. Howard, you're going to stay back and block. Mahomes back to throw. Has his favorite target. It's the tight end, Shaheen. A minute to go. Clock will keep running here. All we need to do is get in field goal range. We're just about in field goal range here. Need at least another probably 5 yards. Shaheen's going to be open again. A great throw from Mahomes. 200 yards, 2 touchdowns. Does have 2 interceptions. But Patrick Mahomes with a clutch drive here in Super Bowl 59. Not 49, you idiot. Howard breaks a couple of tackles. He's down to the 12-yard line. Will the Ravens call a timeout? They did. Okay, they did. All right. Let's run the ball again here. Howard up the middle. Howard down to the 3-yard line. And now, oh, we called a timeout. I think there's an injury. Yep. An injury timeout. Now Howard is out. Okay. I want the game-winning passing touchdown with Mahomes here if I can. Got to be smart here, and that's going to be dropped. All right. I really want to win this on a passing touchdown to Mahomes, or with Mahomes. Get him Super Bowl MVP if we can. 28 seconds to go, and it's going to go to Shaheen. Touchdown! And the Bears are going to be Super Bowl champions. More than likely. They still have a chance here. We'll see if our defense doesn't do anything stupid. And 4 seconds to go. Okay, let's jump in for the Hail Mary. Do we have... Okay, we have prevent. Okay. Oh, never mind. Time runs out. It doesn't matter. That will do it. The Bears are Super Bowl 59 champions. Patrick Mahomes ends up winning a Super Bowl with the Bears. So no matter what, right, Mahomes would have been great. No matter what. It's just the question, right, was how many Super Bowls, how many MVPs, all of that. But there is the Super Bowl celebration. Hopefully my camera's good. Okay, it looked like it was lagging out for a bit, but hopefully it's fine. And let's see who wins Super Bowl MVP. Mahomes did have 3 passing touchdowns, but 2 interceptions. So I don't know if he's going to get Super Bowl MVP. And then we'll see if he won regular season MVP. So obviously with the Chiefs in real life, 3 Super Bowls, went back-to-back, has a chance to three-peat. Obviously a better career with the Chiefs. But with the Bears, he still has a really good career. Let's see if he won regular season MVP, because that would mean he would be tied with regular season MVPs, and then just 2 less Super Bowls, which isn't bad. And I'm sure all Bears fans would rather have that than what they have now. I mean, I think Caleb's going to be really good, but we'll see. Mahomes only 1 MVP, but a Super Bowl MVP. So 1 MVP to 2 MVPs, 1 Super Bowl MVP to 3 Super Bowl MVPs, 1 Super Bowl appearance to 4 Super Bowl appearances. So, like, obviously better with the Chiefs. But in this world, the Chiefs never won a Super Bowl, never even got to a Super Bowl. So they needed Mahomes just as much, or if not more, than Mahomes needed them, right? Because obviously he won without them. So kind of a fun experiment. If you guys have any other ideas or any other what-if scenarios, rebuilds that you guys want to see, let me know in the comments below, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Hit that like button, subscribe if you guys are new to the channel. It just helps, beats the YouTube algorithm, and helps get these videos out there. So if you guys could do me a favor, hit that like button and comment down below what you guys want to see in the future. That would be amazing. I'll see you guys in the next video.